Cuba and the selection of the lucky numbers in the Havana lottery. On each bead is a number, and there are nearly 500,000 beads. They must be thoroughly mixed, and it takes $10,000 worth of machinery to do it. This lottery is for the benefit of orphans, so the orphans help select the lucky numbers. The beads are assembled in order, and some fortunate person has a ticket on Peterkin, the favorite in the Havana Handicap. And now for the Handicap, the classic of the winter season. There they go. Peterkin is crowded and off to a bad start. That's Marianne leading at the far turn. Doorknob is second. Cuban Pride is third. Peterkin comes up on the rail. There's no stopping him. And as they cross the line, it's Peterkin by a head, Doorknob, and Cuban Pride. 500,000 in lottery prizes comes to the United States. There's Amy Huddlesizer, who won $40,000. What are you going to do with it, Amy?
I'm going to buy some clothes and some jewelry, and I move to New York and live in a penthouse.
Have a good time, Amy. This is Eli Higginbottom of South Carolina. Are you married, Eli?
Gosh, yes, I'm married.
What are you going to do with your money, Eli?
We're going to build a new home with electric lights and a gas stove and everything. And I'm going to go on a vacation.
Yes, sir, if we got enough left to pay the government.
But in Washington, Honorable Andrew Hodges has other views. He is the congressman who recently introduced a new bill designed to put teeth into anti-lottery legislation.
The sale of sweepstake tickets has ceased to be a minor problem. Every year, $20 million leave this country, and a very small fraction of it ever returns. Cooperate with your government. Refuse to purchase tickets. Report any ticket salesman to your local authorities or the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I thank you.
That's it. That's what I meant. That newsreel isn't going to do us a bit of good. I hope it plays every theater in the country. It's the best advertising in the world. Advertising? With that loudmouth congressman telling all the people not to buy any sweepstakes tickets. Hey, can't the boss do something about him? Skip it. Hey, listen, I'd like to go down to Washington myself. Marty, as far as we're concerned, any publicity is good publicity. Check up on the shipping room, see how they're doing. Okay. How's it going? We're creating the last of the stuff now. Will you okay these clearance slips? Sure. Here, here's your clearance. Start the stuff moving right away. Okay.
Here's your receipt, Jerry.
Thank you, honey. Say, I got a real special for you today.
Oh, an international, eh?
Uh-huh. Be careful who you sell to for a couple of days, will you?
Why, trouble?
Well, it's nice weather out, so the detective's walking again. We got a tip.
I can sell it up to my regular customers.
Well, that's the idea. Say, was Nellie burned up about last night?
She waited around from 8 o'clock till 11 for you. How do you think she feels?
Yeah. Maybe I better phone her, huh?
Might be a good idea.
Oh, this'll kill her. Operator, I want to make a complaint. You don't love me enough.
And where were you last night?
She's jealous. Well, I don't blame you, honey, what with all those gals chasing me around like that. That didn't sound so cultured. I better get on my way. Goodbye. Pop, I almost forgot you.
Well, thanks, Jerry. And how is the cigar business?
Oh, it's burning up. And how's the elevator business?
Oh, it has its ups and downs.
I was afraid of that one.
Good morning, Hotel Tilton. Just a moment, sir.
How's for you and me motoring down along the Palisades tonight in that luxurious car of mine?
You mean park somewhere in that truck of yours?
Well, maybe just a little, huh?
No.
Why, you're wearing my ring, ain't you?
You what?
The ring!
Oh, excuse me. It's so small, I forgot it was there.
Oh, honey, you stick to me and I'll get you one. I'll get you one so big that you'll have to wear your arm in a sling.
Linda, did Jerry bring the internationals yet?
Yes, but
Oh, I know what you're going to tell me, that I can't afford one, but where are they?
they're here.
Well, give me 2. No, make it 3.
Oh, now look, Pop, wouldn't one be enough?
No, I want 3.
All right. Want to pick your numbers?
No, not this time. I've been picking for years, and I can't tell the lucky ones. you do the picking.
First 3, then.
I wonder if one of these could be lucky.
I'll keep my fingers crossed.
May I have a King William, please?
King William?
No, make a Corona Imperial. Getting a little tired of stogies.
Ooh, you must be plenty tired. Those are 50 cents apiece.
I know. I often wondered what 4 bits worth of cigar would taste like.
Well,
Well, they're no worse than the stogies.
want to change your mind about the other 4?
No, I'll keep them for my next 4 prospects. Maybe I'll sell 4 more policies.
I hope you do.
You know, I sold the first man I called on today, and that means my luck is in.
Good. Did you change? $2.50.
$2.50. It's just the price of a sweepstakes ticket. Think I'll play my luck. Let me have one, will you?
One what?
A sweepstakes ticket. You sell them, don't you?
Sorry, mister. Cigars, cigarettes, chewing gum, pipe tobacco. No sidelines.
All the other stands sell tickets first and tobacco as a sideline.
I wouldn't know about that.
I wish I didn't. Bye.
Say, Linda, give me tomorrow's order, will you?
Huh?
What's the matter? Another guy get fresh with you?
That's just the trouble. He didn't.
Excuse me, but that bathroom mirror so full of claws it makes my face look like a biscuit pan.
I'm practically finished.
You ought to be. You've been playing with that hairdo for 20 minutes. It must be love, honey.
Oh, don't be silly.
You don't spend 2 hours at this mirror every morning for my benefit.
Well, I have to look presentable, don't I? After all, I'm dealing with the public.
Sure. Finger waves were okay for the public until that insurance salesman showed up. Now it's got to be coiffures.
Hey, when are you going to break down and give him a date? Yes, when's he going to break down and ask me for one? Oh.
Good morning.
Good morning. The usual?
Uh-huh. Nothing like these expensive cigars for breaking down sales resistance.
How are the policies selling?
Oh, great. Say, I couldn't interest you in buying one, could I?
Oh, I hardly think so.
My company has a very attractive new 20-year payment plan with double indemnity for accidental death.
I'm afraid I haven't time
It
now.
offers maximum coverage and protection at a minimum of cost. Now, if you just let me show you...
But you see, I'm not allowed to talk business here. It's a rule of the hotel.
Oh. Well, when will you be free?
Well, I'm through at 6, but I'd have to have dinner first.
Well, shall we say 7:30?
Yes, that'll be fine.
Wait a minute. I have a better idea. Suppose we have dinner together.
Well,
I'll meet you right outside at 6.
all right.
All right?
6.
Bye.
Bye.
go. You're the most punctual prospect I've ever had.
You're right on time yourself.
As a matter of fact, I've been here 20 minutes. This was one appointment I didn't want to miss.
Oh?
Oh, let me get that out of your way.
I suppose that's just crammed full of facts and figures.
Oh, yes. Rate charts, mortality averages, propaganda, the works. Not to mention our very best dotted lines.
That should be just dandy. Hello, Nellie.
Hello. Well, how much of a policy did your date cost you?
Policy? Oh, we didn't get around to talking insurance.
I had a hunch you wouldn't. Seems to me I can smell orange blossoms.
Don't be ridiculous.
There's only two things that cause a look like yours. And you don't go for liquor.
Oh, we had a cocktail or two.
Oh. Oh. What's the matter with you? My ever-loving fiancé. He takes me over to Flatbush to look at some new houses.
Oh?
Honeymoon houses. For when we get married, if ever.
Well, what have honeymoon houses got to do with liniment?
Just seeing him brought out what he calls romance. So, we have to park and look at the moon. But that guy don't know his own strength.
Oh, Jerry's a good kid.
He's not bad for a guy like him. You know, those honeymoon cottages are sweet. They got little peepholes in the front door, cut out like a heart. And the wallpaper in the bedroom is just crawling with cupids.
Nellie,
Huh?
remind me to order a new box of Corona Imperials tomorrow, will you?
Oh, that's nice work, fella.
I'm sorry, it's my fault. Here, let me give you a hand. Hand me those cigarettes, will you? I hope it didn't hurt him. Oh, that's all right. Here comes the bride. Here comes the bride. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat. Here comes the bride. Oh, here comes the bride.
Hi, Canary.
Hello, beautiful.
Why the wedding march?
Well, I'll tell you. I asked the boss for a raise. He told me if I could beat my quota, he'd give me one.
Yeah?
So you're going to meet me during the lunch hour and help me pick out a wedding ring for Nellie. Will you do it?
Wonderful. I'd love to. Won't she be surprised?
Yeah. Morning.
Good morning, Bill.
Linda, you sign this, please. Thank you. Bye. Excuse me a minute. Just a minute. Back. Hey, what's the idea?
Let's go.
Linda,
Well, which is it? A King William or a Corona Imperial?
I have something to tell you.
That you're a detective and not just an insurance salesman?
Well, something like that. I'm with the Department of Justice.
Well, I'm simply thrilled.
Would you mind going down to headquarters and answering a few questions?
Headquarters? Sorry, I have my own business to take care of.
Now will you go?
Go or be taken, is that it?
Well, I could get a warrant, but I'd rather not.
It's just like I've been telling you. My job is delivering tobacco supplies. I don't look in the boxes. I go by the labels. If the label says cigars, well, I figure it is cigars.
In other words, you'd rather take the rap yourself and put the blame where it belongs on the men you work for, hmm?
Rap? What rap?
Possession of sweepstakes tickets.
I didn't know there was tickets in the boxes. But it was a complete surprise to me. You could have knocked me over with a small-sized feather.
Linda,
What happens now? Third degree?
Jerry Howard's in the next office. He denies all knowledge of the tickets. Now, we're not particularly interested in Howard, but if we can make him talk, he may give us a lead on the men higher up, the ones we're really after.
What does that to do with me?
Well, if you'll testify that he brought you the tickets and took the money for them, I think you'll come through. Would you do it?
And after I've said my piece, I may go?
You may.
Very well.
Good.
How would I know where the tickets came from? Those boxes are packed everywhere, all over the country.
Alan, this is Linda Parker, who runs a cigar stand at the Tilton Hotel. Linda, this is Alan Jennings, who's in charge of this field office.
How do you do?
Sit down, Miss Parker.
Thank you.
You, recognize these, of course.
I do.
They were in your possession at the cigar stand,
They were?
and they were delivered to you by this man.
Who, Jerry? Oh, certainly not. All he ever brought me was cigars and cigarettes.
Cigars and... Then where did you get these tickets?
And they came through the mail from a cousin of mine.
In other words, you want to assume full guilt.
What guilt?
It's against the law to sell these tickets.
But I didn't sell any.
Then why did you keep them at the cigar stand?
Oh, the tissues are so handy for removing lipstick.
Thank you very much, Miss Parker.
Don't mention it.
Well, good day, gentlemen. Unless there's something else I can do for you.
You may go.
Can I give you a lift back to the hotel, Linda?
I'll see that she gets there.
When you're free, Collins, I want to see you in my office.
Yes, sir. Why did you lie about those tickets?
Did I?
You know the answer to that.
I know the answer to a lot of things now.
Linda. You think I haven't been fair, don't you? But my only interest in you was to get information. That's it, isn't it?
Seems to me you're attaching a lot of importance to a few silly evenings.
Perhaps.
And too much importance to a little harmless gambling, if you want my opinion.
You call $100 million a year harmless gambling?
You can't change human nature. Stop that kind of gambling and people bet their money on cards or dice or horse racing.
Well, there happens to be a law against selling those tickets.
Well, there happens to be a law, does there? Isn't that wonderful? But you can lie to people and trick them and threaten them with arrest. There's no law against that, is there?
Linda.
Do you treat all of your prisoners like this?
You're not a prisoner and you know it.
Well, what is it?
I'd like you to take a close look at those tickets before you leave.
And after that?
You may be able to understand things a little more clearly, you see.
I've heard all I want to hear from you. Now or ever.
You don't mean that.
More than I ever meant anything in my life.
Ouch! Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Hello.
I said good morning.
He thinks there's something good about it.
Oh, we got our help, ain't we? Business dropped off, Linda?
Yes, those tickets brought in customers.
Yeah, and commissions, too.
The difference between Lyle and Silk.
Lucky we're not all in the hoosegow.
Might as well be.
Well, this is about the happiest clam bake I've ever been to. I think I'll go down the river and find a nice soft spot and jump in.
Think you can make room for three?
I'll make room for you, dear.
Linda, Nellie, Jerry, look there.
What?
See, they have it in the paper.
Yes.
Well, look there, they printed the numbers.
Well, they always do.
But look at that number, 61190.
Yeah, don't tell me.
That's the number of my ticket.
No,
Yes.
no, Jerry,
That's the
let me
ticket I bought from you, Linda.
Oh, that's
I've drawn a
wonderful.
favorite. You can't lose.
Bob.
I don't think so.
Quiet. What's going on here?
Well, you see, Mr. Jackson.
Pop's got a favorite in the sweepstakes.
Yes. Well, that's fine.
Say, Pop, did you get your confirmation wire?
I don't know. Maybe they sent it to my old address where I was living when I bought the ticket.
Well, you better cable him the new one, just to make sure.
Yeah, I guess I better, eh? What's a cable cost, Jerry?
Don't worry about that. I'll take care of it.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Jackson. You know, all my life I've been buying tickets ever since I've been a kid. This is the first one I ever held that was lucky.
Well, you sure picked a good one when the time came, Pop.
When is the race?
It's day after tomorrow. They're going to broadcast it.
We'll all listen to it in my office and cheer for Pop's horse.
Well, thank you, Mr. Jackson.
Fog has lifted, the sun is shining, and it's quite good weather here at Aintree. The huge crowd's in a holiday mood. Most of them will soon be cheering for Ben Hassan, the favorite. Many, however, think that the winner will be Corcoran, Ryder Lee, or Baker's Beauty.
Baker's Beauty.
The horses are coming up to the post now. They're off! start the second round of the course. The field is thinning out. They take the fir hedge. Ben Hassan is leading. Thrumbolt is second. Baker's Beauty is third. They take the number 4 hedge nicely.
Come on, baby.
One more obstacle, then Beecher's Brook, the worst jump on the course.
This is bad.
Oh, he made it before. He'll do it again.
And now the leaders are rounding the last turn, and only one more hedge to leap. Ben Hassan has fallen.
Take this one out.
Baker's Beauty is coming up fast and very well ridden. He's closing on Thrumbolt as they come down the stretch. Baker's Beauty is second. St. Regis finishes.
I get some money.
75,000, you get.
Say, I can quit work. I can travel. I can see all the places I wanted to see.
Sure you can.
I can go to California, to Florida, the South Sea Islands.
You can buy the South Sea Islands.
Okay, what do you want now? Most of anything in the world.
Oh, I don't know.
I know. The little cottage in Flatbush, eh? I'm going to make the down payment for you.
Oh, no, you're not.
No, you save that money.
I know, but what's the good of being happy if you can't make other people happy? You know, all my life I've been wanting to do things for my friends. Things I can do now.
Sure, Pop. But you hang on that dough. You better bank most of that money, Pop.
Oh, I'll have plenty to hang on to. But first, Lindy gets whatever she wants.
Oh, no.
And you and Nellie get the cottage.
Nothing doing.
Now, that's awfully sweet of you, Pop.
Well, I got to have some place to visit when I come back from my travels.
Come here.
Thank you.
Eh, what is it?
Cablegram.
Oh, that's it. That's it. Let me see.
Yep, I can smell the salt. That's it.
I bet this is from them confirming it, eh?
Sure it is.
They do that, you know.
Oh, let me see
Right
it.
to your king.
Come on, Pop, read it out loud. What is it?
Oh, Linda. What is it?
Jerry, is this on the level?
Well, what is it? It says that Pop's ticket was counterfeit.
What?
Oh, it can't be, Pop. Maybe the cable's wrong. Or maybe it's just a dumb joke.
Pop, you don't think I'd peddle phony tickets if I knew about it, did you? You know I wouldn't do that, don't you, Pop?
Why, of course you wouldn't, Jerry. Well, come on, folks, cheer up. It's all right.
Oh, it's an awful trick. It's so unfair.
No, it's all right, Linda. It only cost me the price of 3 tickets, just a few dollars. Say, I better go upstairs and change my clothes, eh? And get back to my elevator. It's the first time in 15 years I've ever been late for my work.
Well, I feel like a rat.
So do I. Come on, Nellie. We're going to cheer up Pop if we can. I'm with you on that.
You can count me in, too.
How about your job?
I just quit my job.
Did Pop go up?
Yes, he just went up to the locker room.
Shoot us up, will you?
Okay.
Yes?
It's Linda, Pop. Nellie and Jerry are with me.
Well, just a minute.
Get a smile on your faces.
How's that?
Terrible.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. 2 minutes after 9 and you say good afternoon. Look, I have a home with a bed in it. Once every week or so, I sleep in that bed. It's a strange experience. You want to try it sometime.
Well, that laboratory report from Washington just came in. Legitimate sweepstakes tickets are printed on stock from Scandinavian cedar pulp. Samples of counterfeits submitted, though a very good match, were engraved on paper with a northern Michigan silver pine content. Paper of this type is manufactured by 4 of the largest paper mills in the country. Attached is a list of wholesalers in your area who distribute their product. How do you like that?
Something tells me I'm about to visit every printing plant those middlemen sell to.
Oh, no.
No?
Just the ones who bought Silver Pine stock. Here's a list of the wholesalers. I hope your feet hold out.
You want to buy a bed? I don't think I'll have any use for it.
Yes?
A Miss Parker and a Mr. Howard to see you.
Send them in. Hello, Linda.
Good morning, Bill.
Hello, Jerry. Hello. Won't you sit down?
Thanks.
What can I do for you?
Well, we think we can do something for you.
We'll talk now, both of us. We'll tell you everything we know.
Well, why this sudden change of mind?
You must have read about the death of John Andrews, the hotel elevator operator.
You mean the man who committed suicide because of a counterfeit sweepstakes ticket?
That's the one.
I sold him the ticket.
Yeah, she got it from me.
I see.
We didn't know they were counterfeit.
Well, that answers a lot of questions. For me, I couldn't believe you were the kind of girl who would sell phonies.
I feel as if I've been stealing money from people, picking their pockets. If I'd even suspected those tickets were...
That's what I tried to tell you the day you ran out on me. You know, selling legitimate tickets is against the law, but at least the sucker does have one chance in 1,000. But these phonies, and they outnumber the real ones 20 to 1. They're nothing but a swindle, a direct theft. Millions of dollars every year taken from people who can least afford it. Poor people spending their last dollar in a desperate effort to try and win a fortune. Talk about taking candy from kids. The guy behind this racket is taking milk from babies and medicine from sick people. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to preach a sermon, but this is one racket that really gets under my skin.
I want to get down to the warehouse and tear that guy Prentice apart. I still want to, but she wouldn't let me. She said it'd be better to get him through you.
Lou Prentice, manager of the Claiborne Ingalls Wholesalers?
How'd you know that?
We find out a few things.
Jerry will take you right to him, and we'll both testify in court.
Well, not for quite a while. And you see, Prentice is an employee, the same as Jerry. And arresting underlings won't stop the racket. You've got to get the men on top.
Well, I thought Prentice was the works.
Oh, he's only a small cog. But it's not a bad place to start. Do you two really want to help the government?
Sure.
We want to find the men responsible for Pop's death.
That's right. I think you can do the most good from the inside. Linda, I'll arrange to have you discharged from your job. Then, Jerry, you take her to Prentice. Now, the way she protected you is certainly recommendation enough. Now, you've got to give every effort to get an inside job.
You mean I'm to be a G-man?
Well, sort of, but try and keep it a secret.
Oh, sure.
Who? Well, can't you use her? Send her over. I'll talk to her.
I still don't know what you want to see me for. Anything wrong?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. You boys have got your game, and I got mine.
So there shouldn't be any trouble between us, should there?
Trouble? Certainly not. Well, I'm sorry to rush off, but I got to get back to work. You know, I'm awful busy these days.
That's what the boss was saying this morning.
The boss? Huh?
Yeah, we were talking about you. And the boss said, you know, Binky Cullen's working too hard lately. Too many irons in the fire. You ought to stick to the slot machines and the punch boards.
Well, I do.
Taken on a little sideline, haven't you? A little paper hanging?
Who, me?
That's what the boss said. That you and Eddie Dratler and Dixie Stearns were pushing sweepstakes tickets.
Ah, that's an awful lot of hooey. That's what that is. Why, I wouldn't know a sweepstake ticket if I seen one.
Then I'll show you some. Come here. These were Dixies. They're phonies printed in Minneapolis. Dixie carried them in his vest pocket.
Yeah, I see.
I hear that the Harbor Patrol pulled Dratler out of the river this morning. There were some of those on him, too.
Well, I don't have to worry about anything like that.
No?
No, not me. I just stick to the punch boards and slot machines, and I let them sidelines alone.
Not a bad idea.
You bet your life.
We won't show Binky the basement today, Marty, unless you would like to see it.
No. I heard about it.
Good day, Binky.
Good day. Goodbye. So then they say, where'd you get the tickets? And she says, through the mail from a cousin of mine. Well, then it's daddy there back and forth for a couple of more minutes, and out we go, the both of us.
I see. I appreciate you covering Jerry, but after all, you were protecting yourself as well. It's too bad you lost your job at the hotel, but we employ very few women. Besides, there isn't a vacancy at the moment. In case anything should turn up, I should be delighted
Have you
to.
ever considered that if you hired more women, you might double your sales?
How do you mean?
I learned a few things at the cigar counter. First, that 80% of the sweepstakes tickets are bought by men.
Well, approximately.
Yet 85% of the money spent in this country is handled by women. Why don't you go after some of that market? Women are born gamblers, much more so than men. Of course, women won't go into cigar stores and barbershops and pool rooms. You've got to find feminine outlets with some semblance of privacy.
And I suppose you know how that could be done.
I do.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Am I working here?
Did I say she was smart, or did I say she was smart?
Well, if you didn't say it, you should have. I think we can do business, Miss Parker.
I thought we could.
Thanks for bringing her in, Jerry. Good day.
I got you. Don't forget who discovered her. Goodbye, Linda.
Bye.
Now, about those details.
Shall we start with my commission? 10% of all the new business I bring in?
I'll discuss that with the boss and let you know.
Why can't I talk to him?
We have our own way of doing things.
Fair enough. When do I start?
When the boss says so.
32 tea rooms, 453 sales. Check. 9 cosmetic shops, 160 sales. Check. 53 what?
Oh, beauty shops.
As a secretary, you make a fine switchboard operator, darling.
I'm okay with numbers. It's letters that throw me.
Well, make sure none of your typing gets out of this office. It reads like code. 53 beauty shops, 1,211 sales.
Check.
Yes.
Will you come in, please?
I'll be right there.
You want me to wait for you?
No. Oh, it's past quitting time now. Going home.
Okay.
Yes?
Sit down. Payday.
Thanks.
Another week like the last, you'll be making more money than I do.
There must be a lot of money floating around in this business. Who gets it?
Well, as far as you're concerned, Mr. X.
Well, what does he do to earn the lion's share?
He did his part when he got the organization rolling.
When was that?
About 3 years ago. Nobody made any money before then. We were all too busy cutting each other's throats.
And this Mr. X, he eliminates competition, right?
He brings the good ones into the lineup. That's easier and it doesn't make headlines.
Smart man. And I suppose you do all the work while he sits back and clips coupons.
So long as things go smoothly. If trouble started, he put in an appearance quickly enough.
I think I'll start a little trouble. I'd like to meet him.
Oh, Linda.
Yes?
You got an evening dress you're dying to wear?
Well, I have an evening dress, but I've worn it till I'm sick of it.
I suppose you buy another before the stores close,
Sorry, but I'm lining up the manager of the school for beauty operators this evening. If we make a deal, every girl she graduates will be selling our tickets.
Tomorrow night?
An appointment with a group of door-to-door canvassers. They meet the housewives, you know.
Saturday night?
That's too far away. We may all be in jail. Good night.
Good night.
Why are we stopping here?
Well, why not?
This is known as Necker's Row.
Is it?
So they tell me.
Well, it's a nice place. There's no chance of being seen or overheard, and we can talk safely.
We could talk safely in your office or any restaurant.
Suppose you were followed.
Don't be ridiculous.
Those men are desperate. You can't afford to take chances like that.
Rubbish.
Well, I can think clearly here. Besides, the scenery is soothing.
Is it?
Well, I can hear birds singing and leaves rustling and just smell those flowers.
I can't smell anything but the zoo.
Well, it's a very fine zoo.
Did we come here to discuss the zoo?
Well, if we must talk business, I suppose we must. You had any luck so far?
A little. They let me hire my own help. My girlfriend's working for me.
Good.
And Duncan promised Jerry a job in the shipping room.
Better.
And right here, I have the addresses of all the out-of-town distributors. Will that help?
A lot. This list covers practically the whole country. The boys are really systematic.
And they can afford to be.
Where do they print the tickets?
At the Acme Press over on Front Street.
Did you get any line on the employees?
Oh, there's one called Chuck and one called Joe. The faces are unfamiliar.
Wish I could plant myself with that gang. I don't like the idea of you taking all those risks.
There's no risk. They think I'm a gift from heaven.
Well, don't be surprised if I walk in and ask for a job.
You'll have a hard time getting one.
Well, somebody hired all these men.
Well, most of them were private operators, merged by force.
Merged by force? Say, you know, that's not such a bad idea.
What do you mean?
Well... Good evening, officer. Nice evening.
Very nice evening. But I think you better drive on, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Although I can't say I blame you any.
And why the wrestling match?
Well, I thought he was one of the gang, and I had to put on an act for him.
Well, you'd better drive on before you're forced into an encore.
I rented the house yesterday and had the equipment moved in this morning. Now, if this Trumbull's as good as you say, everything's set.
He's tops. 20 years ago, his $5 bills were fooling bank tellers all over the country.
He may be out of practice now.
I checked on that. Send in Mr. Trumbull. He did the engraving for the penitentiary print shop until he was paroled. Ever since then, he's been working for the best engraving firm in town.
That's encouraging.
Mr. Trumbull, I'm Jennings. This is Mr. Collins.
How do you do?
I'm pleased to meet you. Sit down, Mr. Trumbull.
Thank you.
Did your employer tell you why I wanted to see you?
Well, he said something about an engraving job, that's all.
Well, this is a very special sort of job. We need a good man, the best in the business. They tell us you're it.
Well, I'll do whatever I can to help you.
Have a look at these.
This one's good. This one isn't. A photo engraving, and not a very good one.
Could you do better with the proper equipment?
I could do better with a nice pick.
You'll get a chance. You and I are going to make some phony sweepstakes tickets in competition with the syndicate.
Phony tickets?
They won't be sold, just planted around in a few spots so the syndicate will think we're in opposition.
Oh, a frame-up, eh?
That's right.
Well, it's okay by me if you say so.
You have nothing to worry about. I've explained everything to your employer, and you're to go back on your regular job just as soon as this is finished.
When do we go to work?
Right away.
They're all over town. Every new place I try to hang our stuff. I didn't pay much attention to them at first because I thought they were the McCoy.
Well, aren't they?
No. They even had the boys in the press room fooled until they gave them a water soaking.
Who's putting them out?
Some new guy named Sullivan. You want him taken care of?
No, but I do want his engraver.
Okay. Are you Sullivan?
Yeah.
I want to see you on business.
What kind?
I want to buy some tickets.
Oh, come in. How did you find me here?
Oh, from one of your boys. And I don't think it's such a smart idea for you to advertise your home address. That is, if you don't mind my saying so.
I don't mind. I move pretty often. How many tickets do you want?
What sort of a layout you got?
What's that to you?
I'm not putting any dough on the line till I make sure you have the right setup to handle the order.
Handle anything up to $1 million a month.
Where do you print them? Here?
The government lets me use the presses at the mint.
A wise guy, huh? Wait a minute. Don't mind him.
I won't.
Yeah, this ought to prove I mean business. Now, if your plant's all right, just consider that your down payment.
Fair enough. But we leave the artillery here.
That's okay by me.
You too.
Your turn.
Through that door. Well, there it is. Best engraving outfit on the market.
Trumbull. Why, I know this guy. This guy's Whitey Trumbull. He was in the federal pen when I did my last scrap.
Hello, Cal.
I thought you were going straight.
I was. For nickels. I make real money here.
This guy cut all your plates?
Yeah.
Anybody help him?
No.
I'm from the syndicate. I'll give you just 24 hours to blow town. All right, Whitey, you're going to work for us.
Now, just a minute, brother.
Any arguments, Mr. Sullivan?
It wouldn't do much good, would they?
None at all.
All right, Whitey, get your hat and coat.
Are you working late, too?
In a way, I'm waiting to see a new employee.
You know, if I were in charge, I think I'd have applicants report in the morning.
Yeah, so would I, if I were in charge.
Seems to me a man of your ability would have his own organization, instead of having to take orders from a higher-up.
Oh, there are advantages to being an employee. It's dangerous to be boss. Too many of the boys get ambitious, but they never think of locking off a lieutenant who merely relays orders.
Sounds logical.
It is.
Still, I'd think the extra money would be worth the extra risk.
Now, I'm going to be top man someday, but of a much smaller organization.
Are you going to be in competition with Mr. X?
No, I'll operate in quite a different field.
Oh?
I've got it all worked out. I'll need a woman to work with me. Smart, well-dressed, fast-thinking woman. You, for instance.
Thank you.
We could go a long way together, you and I, Linda. Travel all over the world. Live in the best hotels. You'd like that, wouldn't you?
I'll answer that when the time comes.
It's not too far in the future. This racket can't go on forever.
Do you expect trouble?
Well, the law's sure to catch up with us sooner or later. Look, I'll cut you in as an equal partner, 50-50 on everything.
I'll think it over.
Well, let's talk it over while we have dinner, huh?
I thought you had to wait for a new employee.
Well, he's an hour overdue now. I guess he didn't receive the invitation.
Yes, he did.
What's this?
Stay where you are, brother. Okay, Peters, put him down.
Is he dead?
Nah, just KO'd.
Who are you?
If it makes any difference, my name is Sullivan. I dropped in to tell you the next time you try hijacking my engraver, I won't bother to bring your boys back. I'll leave them where they drop. Good night.
Wait a minute. I want to talk with you.
About what?
Well, perhaps we can make a deal, Mr. Sullivan.
I'm doing all right by myself.
Yeah, so are we, but we could do better together.
What makes you think so?
Sit down. We'll talk it over.
Who's this? The vice president in charge of face powder?
She works here. Tell me, Sullivan, who's cutting your plates for you?
An ex-con named Trumbull.
Shut up. So you work here, huh? Maybe it's not such a bad place after all. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Anything you say.
Stick around, sister. When I get through talking with this guy, I'll talk some real business with you. Okay, brother, speak your piece.
Who is it?
Bill, let me in. What's the matter?
Nellie's asleep.
Oh.
Say, you certainly put me in a spot tonight. I almost blurted out your name.
How did I know you were going to be in Duncan's office? Hey, and why were you in there?
I was trying to get information.
Nice going. When I walked in, it looked like the beginning of a great romance.
Well, how do you expect me to get him to talk if I don't arouse his interest?
And how do you expect me to sleep? Either introduce me or take that argument someplace else, will you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Nellie, this is Mr. Collins. Bill, this is Nellie Travers.
How do you do?
Charmed, I'm sure.
You had to stay overtime? Why didn't you get her to stay with you?
I offered to stay, but she...
Nellie.
Oh, I get it. You wanted to be alone with him.
I wanted to make him talk.
Well, from now on, you won't have to bother. I'll be a member of the gang, and I'll take care of Mr. Duncan.
Oh, then you won't be needing me anymore.
Well, you better stick around for a couple of days, you know, just to make it look right. But if Mr. Duncan needs kissing, I'll do it with a left hook to the chin.
Sounds jealous to me.
Nellie.
I'm only thinking of Linda's safety. Men like Duncan are dangerous.
Did he take her out on Necker's Row? Will you keep still? Will you let me go to sleep?
Yes, good night.
Good night.
Say, he's cute.
Yes, and so are you. You certainly fixed things up fine.
I think so. At least I tipped him off.
You tipped who off to what?
Bill, to the fact that he's in love with you. Oh, I'm not kidding. Men are like that, you know. They hang around a girl and get jealous of her and go calf-eyed whenever they're near her and write it off to indigestion until someone tells them it's love. Oh, Jerry was like that. I had to tip him off myself.
Oh, yes, but Bill's only interested in me as a business one. I'm helping him find Mr. X.
Sure. And he acts like a grizzly with a hot foot because he's sorry with Duncan. If I ever saw a jealous man in my life, he's it.
Maybe you've got something there.
Be smart. And you've got something. Good night.
Nice work. Very nice work.
I told you that Trumbull's work was perfect.
These don't look any better than the others to me.
Trumbull's an artist. Too bad he didn't take up etching. He might have done something worthwhile.
If we can sell enough of these tickets, he'll have done plenty.
Some new orders, Jerry. Can you get them out this morning?
Sure. When do I go into my act?
As soon as I'm out of the room.
Okay.
You clumsy dope.
Oh, why don't you get out of my way?
Well, why don't you look where you're going?
Oh, what tough guy. You want to make something out of it?
You want me to hang one on you?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on. Deliver your boxes.
Oh! Charlie, come on, get up there.
What's that? Sounds like a fight.
Or a raid.
You hit me over the head.
Come on, get back to work.
Find something?
This.
That's just what we need.
What is it?
They're all the names we've been looking for.
Why copy it here?
We couldn't risk taking it away. If Duncan missed it, we'd be all through.
What's the idea of starting a brawl? Trying to bring the police in on us? Well, he took a poke at me first. How about that?
I don't know who started it.
I'll overlook it this time. But one more fool stunt like that, and you're out of a job. Oh, Mr. Duncan. Yeah, what is it? You know, you're wasting an awful good man keeping me in here. What's the matter with in here? Well, any dumb bloke can carry boxes. I got salesmanship. Yeah, and you were picked up for questioning. You're hot. I got an outlet all figured out. What is it? Chorus girls. You know, those babes will do anything for $100,000, even gamble $250. Well, I can go around the dressing rooms and get rid of our tickets just like that. You give me a chance to build up a dressing room route. If we build up a route like that, I'll take it myself. You stay with what you're doing. I got another idea. Say, suppose you leave the ideas to me. Oh, but this is a Lulu. We join up with the punch board mob, you see? Then they give away our tickets for prizes. They make money and we make money. And you keep on nailing boxes. Now, stay to it.
Just a minute. Mr. Duncan, a telephone for you.
Yes? Uh-huh. Take him to my office. I'll be right there. What's up? A little trouble. Come on.
They're coming.
Get your office.
Come on, Bill.
Wait a minute, just one more name.
Come on.
Sit down. Sit down. There he is.
Okay, Cal, you can go. On Frisco. Okay, copy, you gonna talk?
All right, smart guy, start singing. The FBI ain't gonna help you now.
Those collections we were... Oh, excuse me, I thought you were alone. Well, look who's here.
You know him?
Yeah, I know him. How are you, copper? I spent 2 years in Folsom figuring out what I'd do to this guy when I got out. What's he doing here?
He claims to be John Atchison, salesman for a paper supply house. But the boys in the printing room spotted him.
What are you going to do with him?
Would you like to show him the plant? Particularly the basement?
There's nothing I'd like better. Come on, copper.
Just a minute, loudmouth. I handle these jobs.
Not this one, he's mine.
I said I handle these jobs.
Wait a minute. How'd you like to toss for him? Call it.
I will. Heads.
All right. This way out, Mr. McBride.
Hey, Sullivan.
Yeah?
Look at this.
What about it?
A list of printing firms has been running down, and apparently he's checked them off as he visited them. Yeah, take us over to the next address and dump it somewhere near him.
I get it. He was here and he left. Whatever happened to him happened at the next spot.
And let them do the explaining.
I'm on my way. See you later.
Keep going.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
What are we going to do with them?
Give me a hand. Here, nail the lid on. I'll be back in a few minutes.
What happened?
McBride is safe, but things are in a mess. You girls will have to get out of here.
Why?
I'll tell you later. Give Duncan any excuse you can think of and go to your flat and stay there. We're going to raid.
This place?
Yes, this and all the others.
Have you found out who Mr. X is?
No, and we can't wait for that now.
Hurry, Nellie. All right.
Get 3 boys from the shipping room and come down to the basement. Tell them Peters wants you. I got you. All finished?
Yeah.
Come here. Here's a list of everybody that works for the syndicate, all over the country. Now, we've got to raid them simultaneously, or one will tip off the others, and we've got to get it done before they start looking for Peters.
Well, how long will that take?
Well, with luck, we may have a few hours. I've arranged for some of Duncan's boys to have our friend taken out. Then you have them picked up.
Okay.
Alley's clear. Make a break for it.
Good luck.
It's okay, Peters. I'll take care of it.
Peters sent for us.
There's your job. Get rid of it.
What's in it?
What do you think?
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Come on, boys, get a hold of it. Come on now, take it easy. That's it. Right out here.
Take this out-of-town list to the teletype room and contact the other field officers immediately. Get to the chief of police, quickly. Instruct the field officers to get full cooperation from their local authorities.
When do we close in?
I'll give you the word as soon as everything's set.
Count me in on the consolidated warehouse raid.
No, you've been through enough. Get those teletype reports out and then wait here.
I feel fine, not a bit tired. And there's a bird named Duncan I want to arrest myself.
He's yours.
Thanks.
Yes?
I have the chief of police on the phone.
Charlie? We're all ready to close in on that counterfeit sweepstakes gang. Yes, names and addresses from here to San Francisco. Now, here's the plan. The city police will grab the distributors and passes within the metropolitan limits. The sheriff office will handle all raids within the county area. The state police will cover the highways and throw out a dragnet for any men that we miss. My office will handle the gang's headquarters and their main distribution plants. Now, we'll need 300 men. Fine. I'll send an operative over with the information immediately.
All right, boys.
Let's shove it out, bro. Let's not hand this soldier up.
Duncan, what's the matter?
The plant was raided. Prentice's office, too. I phoned some of the others, and strange voices answered everywhere. Officers, maybe here any minute.
Why should they come to my place?
Because your address was on record in my office. So we may take that little trip I told you about. Where's Nellie?
Out to dinner.
Good. Throw some things in the bag and hurry.
All right. You don't seem terribly upset.
I told you what happened sooner or later.
I think they've caught Mr. X.
No, he's safe.
Are you sure?
Positive. He'll leave the country with us.
Where are we going?
To a place where we'll be safe till the storm's over.
You and me and Mr. X, huh?
And Mr. X. You wait here.
This where Mr. X lives?
Yes, I'll go out with him.
It's just like I've been telling you. I never seen the boss. I always got my orders from Duncan.
How about you?
That goes for me, too.
Hello. It's for you, Bill.
Hello? What?
He's in getting Mr. X now. That's right, the Ralston Apartments. Dark green coupe, parked right in front. License 5R2473.
Well, stay there. Delay them. Give me police headquarters. I'll have the place surrounded in 2 minutes. Finish located the big boss.
Hey, Bill.
Headquarters? Federal Bureau of Investigation speaking. Give me the police broadcast room.
Calling cars 54 and 55, cars 54 and 55. Proceed at once to Ralston Hotel, 6400 block, Montclair. Arrest 2 men who will try to drive away in green coupe. License in the 5 column, 5R, Roger, 2473.
Are we going to wait for Mr. X?
You don't have to.
But I thought he was going with us.
He is.
Oh, we're going to meet him somewhere.
You're riding with him now.
You're Mr. X?
I am, and you're the first person to know it.
I'm Collins, Department of Justice. What'd you find out?
Not a thing. My partner's inside talking to the manager.
You didn't see the car?
Not a sign of it.
Give me your mic. Hello, KPL. Hello, KPL. It's a special car, G11. G11. Calling KPL. Go ahead.
KPL standing by. Go ahead, G11.
Dark green coupe, license 5R2473. 5 Roger 2473. Escaped arrest. Repeat broadcast and notify me if the car is sighted.
Repeating broadcast immediately. Will relay information. Calling all cars. Calling all cars. Be on the lookout for green coupe. License in the 5 column. 5 Roger 2473.
Remember what I told you about the top man's position being dangerous?
Yes.
Well, the police are breaking their necks trying to find Mr. X, yet paying no particular attention to locating Mr. Paul Duncan.
Or Miss Linda Parker.
Calling all cars. Report on green coupe. License 5 Roger 2473. Car was seen a few minutes ago on Highway 4, heading southeast toward Edenville. That is all. Edenville.
Southeast toward Edenville. They'll be caught at the barricade.
Unless they turn off on that side lateral.
That road doesn't go any place.
Goes to a private airport. I chased down there when I was playing tag with the Barsati mob.
If we don't hear from Edenville in 5 minutes, we'll know the airport's the answer.
The Hamlin cutoff is still under construction, but we can save a mile by taking it.
We'll take it.
Hang on to your back teeth. Here we go.
Police car?
I don't think so.
5R2473. That's the one, all right.
I'll stop him.
That Wayland is in the car.
Are you sure that isn't the police?
It doesn't look like a police car.
Close in on him. I'll try for the tires.
This ought to lose them.
Let go that horn. Let go, you little double-crosser.
What was that? Must be the coupe.
They took that turn off.
Don't move.
Drop your guns and get away from that car. Do as I say or else.
Nice work, Glenda.
Oh, it was fun. I wasn't scared a bit. Oh. Jerry.